Okay, so this is, well, what you are about to see is a slideshow. Hopefully not too boring about my hike. And, I guess, trying to get the right camera angle here. I should figure out how to explain how this hike is more than me trudging my fat ass up a mountain. Not even all the way up the mountain, but so me and my best friend Stu, who you'll see in the pictures, we decided to do this hike on Sunday, and it was just spur of the moment. We kind of been talking about doing a hike. Well, he's been talking about doing a hike for a while, and so we're just like, fuck it. On Sunday, after he brought me back home, after we had some breakfast, I was like, yeah, why don't we just go for a hike? It's a beautiful day. Earlier in the weekend it hadn't been so been kind of drizzly, but whatevs. Um, so we decided to go on this hike. Anyway, it's getting cut out of the video, hopefully. So how is this a representation of me being moosey? How is this a self-actualizing event? How is this a touchstone to my goals? How is this me projecting out of my tank through my flat cannon into the future? Well, for starters, I haven't been to Waterfall Canyon, and this all takes place in Ogden, by the way, since I was in the 10th grade, I want to say. I'll go with like 9th or 10th grade, something like that. I think it might have been 9th. Anyway. And, you know, I wasn't particularly. That's me being evasive. I wasn't at all fond of physical exertion back in the day. So I went up there with ulterior motives. But that doesn't matter. Um, what makes it significant now is, well, for one, it was like pseudo nostalgia. Because I remember going up, but it wasn't the same experience. This was completely different. And it wasn't just a regular hike. It had a deeper layer to it. Because, as is popular in my flags, if you haven't noticed, I kind of like the mountains. And so finally getting back up onto the mountain is somewhat special to me. And, well, first off, how that's moosey is moose are generally found on mountains. One of the few states in the Union that actually have moose. Anyway, fun fact. So, I guess I was getting back to a natural state of being, if only for a few hours. Climbing to a relatively pure water source. Water, also a continuing theme in my IEDs, in my psyche, I guess, actually. This is like, if you want to take an abstract from my garden, it's, I was climbing to get back on my heart path, my life stream, path of the water, to be a participant in my life and not an observer. This is reclaiming territory that is ideal and maybe lost. Anyway. So, what it is it is no had all this. It's part of self-actualization. Part of self-actualization. Okay, so being part. Lost it again. It's self-actualizing because I no, I already covered that. Okay, when we got to the top, me and my buddy, took a few pictures, but we sat up there and we had a conversation. And he was telling me how about, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way up, he was just, when it really got to like serious hiking and not just switchback trails, when we were actually going up the canyon. His steps were getting heavy and he just felt like he couldn't fucking go on, but he found an inner reserve of strength that he didn't know he possessed, which allowed him to go on further, which is very significant because he's recently, been taking steps to better his own life, getting off prescription medication and just generally not being a lazy bum. And so this was good for him, and it was spiritual in nature for him too. We've decided to do this every weekend, but it was good to go with him because he's been, my best friend since like 7th or 8th grade. And to be able to share this experience with somebody who it also has meaning to, more meaning than just a hike. If I had went with, let's say, my brother who would have just done it to do it, he would have thought it was cool, but it wouldn't have been quite as significant. So it was nice to go up with somebody who also found significance in it, more than just actually physically climbing up the side of a fucking mountain. And so this is Moosey. This is me self-actualizing. This is me projecting myself, my inner dreams, my goals, and values into the real world, taking first-hand action. That's what it is. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to explain. But, it was good. It was something, I got to the top and, I went up there, as you'll see in the pictures, and I was standing directly under the waterfall. And I even went and replaced my water with the water from the waterfall running off the mountain. And it was, one could possibly think of it as me performing my own baptism in the way that I would want, in a way that makes sense for me. Baptism to something I truly believe, something that I feel is part of me. That was baptized under the waterfall in the mountain, by the mountain, for the mountain, of the mountain. Hey, hope that gets cut out. And it's just part of my whole continuing theme. I mean, it was good. It was cathartic.